Hey everyone, in this video we're gonna see how to design logos using Canva's new Affinity tool. It's completely free for everyone and forever. I'm gonna show you 3 tools which we use to design in Adobe Illustrator: Pen tool, Shape Builder tool, and finally using custom grids. We're gonna see how to use all these tools step-by-step tutorial. Well, let's get started. To download it, all you have to type is Affinity download Windows and you'll get into this interface. All you have to do is click on Get Infinity. You just have to sign up with your email ID. It's absolutely free. Then once you downloaded the application, you'll have an interface something like this. On the right, you'll find a plus icon. So we're gonna just click on it. Here we can add the layout size. I'm gonna keep 3000 pixel into 3000 pixel. That is enough for logo design. And also you'll have a lot of options to use, but for logo design, we don't need all that. So I'm gonna just click on Create Document. So you'll have a interface like something like this. On the top, you'll find a category of what kind of a design you're gonna do. We can switch between that. Now we're gonna design a logo. It'll be a vector. So I'm gonna choose a vector over here. And next thing, we're gonna place our logo sketch. To do that, you have a place tool. Just have to click on it and we can choose the image. Click on the artboard. You'll have your image dropped over there. All the tools are very similar to Illustrator and Photoshop. Click on the corners and drag it down. And to rotate it, you'll have a handle over here. You'll just have to rotate it like this. Just increase it a bit. On the right panel, we'll find all the layers added. So I'm gonna select the image. I'm gonna use Ctrl C and Ctrl V to copy paste the layer. And let's use this layer for the first sketch. To crop the image, we have a tool called Vector Crop Tool. We're gonna select that and crop it how much ever we need. Now we're gonna select it and we are going to reduce the opacity. To do that, you can just go on the top session over here and we can just pull the handle to reduce the opacity like this. And then I'm gonna lock the layer so that it doesn't move anywhere. And to create a new layer, we're gonna click on this icon. It's called Container Layer. So we just have to click that. Normally in Illustrator, I use a lot of grids to design a logo. Even in Affinity, you have options to add grids. To do that, we're gonna just go to View and you have to select Grid and Axis. So this is a panel, Grid and Snapping Axis. So what you have to do is you just have to tick the Show Grids and you'll have your grid. We can choose the size of the grid over here by increasing or decreasing it. I'm gonna increase it to make it a square cubes. We can close the grid panel. Now we are going to choose the pen tool and start sketching it. It's very similar to Illustrator and Photoshop. You'll have pen tool over here. We're gonna choose that. We're gonna zoom in a bit and firstly we're gonna create a border line for this logo. So I'm going to click here, hold shift and click on the other side to create a straight line. Then I'm gonna click that, hold Alt and Shift to click and drag to make a duplicate of it. And then I'm gonna duplicate it again, rotate it, then place it on the top over here. And then I'm gonna duplicate it again and place it on the bottom. So we're gonna lock all the lines we created. Now let's choose the pen tool again and start tracing our sketch. So I'm gonna start from here. I'm gonna hold shift to give a perfect line and click it over here. And then to do the curves, it's absolutely similar to Illustrator. You just click and you just have to drag to create a curve. To cut the anchor points, we normally use Alt in Illustrator, but in this we're gonna use Alt and Control, hold and click to cut the handles. And then again we're gonna click and drag to curve. And again hold Alt, Control and click on it. Do the same over here. It's almost similar to Illustrator, how we use in Illustrator and Photoshop. So I've made all the curves needed over here. Now as you can see that we have a little uneven curve. To fix that, in Illustrator we normally use a curvature tool or direct selection tool to make the corners curve. In Affinity we have a different tools, but it does the same work. I'm going to go here and choose corner tool, and I'm going to click on the corner, and as you can see that you're getting a perfect circle corner on the top. So I'm gonna leave it like that, and you have a perfect curved corner over here. To fix these uneven curves, we normally use curvature tool, and here we have a tool called node. We're gonna select the points, and then we can hold the handle and we can adjust the curve accordingly as we do it in Illustrator. So by doing that, we can move each anchor points and the corners and make it customizable until you get it perfect. We can see slight uneven curve over here. So we're gonna select again corner tool, and I'm gonna just click on it. That looks fine. So when you're done, you can just select it, and you'll have a color section over here. We can just switch it to stroke to fill, and we'll have a logo shape ready over here. We can modify it, we can change the colors, and that's how you use pen tool to create a logo in Affinity. Now we're gonna see how we can use shape builder tool to create logo in Affinity. So we're gonna create a new document. You can go to file, new, and you'll get the same interface over here. On the document units, you can choose pixels, and I'm gonna keep the size as same, 3000 into 3000, and then let's create a document. Let's choose vector, add the design again. Let's place it over here, and let's crop it by using the vector crop tool, something like this. And we're gonna reduce the opacity and lock it, create a new layer, and we're gonna work on the new layer. Firstly, we're gonna add a shape. To do that, if you can go to rectangle tool, and you'll have a plenty of shapes to add. So we're gonna choose the rectangle tool and create a perfect shape. You should hold Alt and Shift to create a perfect square, and then we're gonna choose this and turn it to black. So now we're gonna reduce the opacity a bit. As you can see, there is a curved shape over here. To create that, we're gonna go to pen tool, and we're gonna create the curve manually. So once your curve is created, we're gonna select the stroke. To increase the stroke, you have a option over here to just click and drag. So when you're okay with the size, move to the next one. We have a small curve. Again, use a pen tool to create it. We're gonna create a small circle by choosing the circle tool over here. We're gonna remove the stroke. We're just gonna keep fill, and we're gonna increase the size. In Illustrator, we normally convert this into shape by expanding it so that it'll be easy to use the shape builder tool. You also have an option in Affinity as well. Let's select the stroke and go to vector, and you have an option here called expand stroke. And that's it. Same way we're gonna do to the other stroke. Go to vector and expand stroke. Now we have all the elements as a fill object, and I'm gonna keep it 100% opacity. Now you just have to select all the shapes, and in the left you'll find shape builder tool. Just click on it. By holding Alt, remove the unwanted shapes to form the logo, and there you go. That's how you can use shape builder tool to create logos as we do it in Illustrator. Similar way we can do it in Affinity as well. Finally, we're gonna see how to create custom grids to design a monographic logos as we do it in Illustrator. To do that, firstly we're gonna choose a pen tool and create a line, and we're gonna hold Alt Shift and duplicate it. Let's do it again. So normally in Illustrator we press Ctrl and D, so it will duplicate multiple times, but it's not happening over here. There is maybe some other shortcut key to do that. For that reason, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a grids and place the lines on that. To do that, we're gonna go to View, Grids and Axis, and then we're gonna click on show grids. We're gonna select basic, and then we are going to increase the pixel size 161, and we're gonna close this window. Let's go to pen tool and let's create lines on this. Let's duplicate it and place it according to the grid lines. I really don't know the shortcut how to duplicate it in an easy way. If you guys know, please let me know in the comments. So we have the lines over here. We're gonna select all. We're gonna hold Alt and Shift and click and drag to duplicate it. And then we're gonna again hold Shift and rotate it. So let's place it. We're gonna increase the corners a bit more. Let's do it for the vertical lines as well. So we have created our own guide, so we won't be needing the other guides. So for that we're gonna remove it. We're gonna again go to the same option and we're gonna untick the show grids, and it's gone. We're gonna create a circle. We're gonna select ellipse tool, hold Alt and Shift to create a circle, and let's place it in the center. Let's convert this to stroke and remove the fill. Let's turn the stroke into black. So I want it in the right, exactly in the center. Then let's duplicate it and increase it. Let's create few more circles similar to this. I'm finding a little difficulty over here to use the shape builder tool. When we switch it to fill, normally this won't happen in Illustrator. Basically when we switch it in Illustrator, it stays the same. Only when we use the shape builder tool, it starts filling the shapes over here. I mean, that's what I've been using in Illustrator, but in Affinity it's completely different. When we switch it, the whole shapes turn into fill, and it's really hard to create a shape using shape builder. There's no fill created over here. I don't know, maybe there is another way to do it. If you guys know, please let me know in the comments. I tried another tool, vector flat fill tool. So what I did is I started filling it. It actually worked. And as you can see, I'm doing it right here. But what happens is it's taking it individually. All the strokes are not together. As you can see, I have to pick everything individually. It's not a bigger deal. We can choose all the single elements and we can make it into a single shape. Alright, then that's it. This is how you can create custom grid and create your own monographic shapes. And that's how we can use same tools in Affinity that we have been using in Adobe Illustrator. And I feel it's not good to compare both because Adobe Illustrator is more customizable. When we come to Affinity, it's user friendly for beginners, and also the UI interface tools are easily accessible. Alright then, I'll see you in the next one.